Hey guys, me again. Sorry that I uploaded yesterday. I had stuff to do, and yeah. It's only 8 o'clock, and I don't know why I feel sleepy. But I got time for a video. Today will be the edolas arc. Right after Wendy joins Fairytail, we we see that it's raining outside and is getting close to Lozana's funeral, which Elfman and Mira Jane are attending since Lozana is their sister. I think Kana explains to Lucy who Lozana was, what happened to her, and how her and Lozana are basically the same person. Happy tries another attempt with Carla by giving her a fish. Carla bursts out in an outrage and then just barges out of the guild as Happy follows her. A few minutes later, Wendy goes after her. We see Gagio going into the alley of Magnolia to find himself a cat like Natu and Wendy. During this attempt, he does not find one. Later on, it starts raining where Wendy finds Carla. And we see Mistigan appear again, right next to Wendy. Wendy recognizes the voice as Jalal. He takes it off, and she remembers all the journeys that her and Jalal have had since she was with him. He did explain that he had a mission, but he was not able to fulfill it, which made him leave Wendy at the abandoned place where they built Kate Shelter. He tells Wendy to leave Magnolia, and Wendy wants to know, but as she has the Fairytail and everything in Magnolia is sucked up by a portal called the Anima. The only survivors of this is Wendy, Happy, Carla, and Wendy. Carla then explains edolas. That is where she and Happy came from. They decide Natu decides to go to edolas to go save everyone in Fairytail. They agree and they go there. Carla then explains in edolas that she can't use her magic, neither can Happy. And they can't fly. So they decide to, walk around and everything. They find a place, then they change clothes. They find the Fairytail Guild. Everyone is different. Elfman is not a real man. Ray keeps on a lot of clothing on. He's in mad love with Juvia. Juvia is getting annoyed. Wendy is now basically a killer. So is Levy. Mira Jane is practically the same. Mira Jane really didn't have a counterpart in there. Right after they transport out, with some teleportation magic, they find a new destination. Natsu then learns that he cannot use his magic, neither can Wendy, Happy, or Carla. Edolas Lucy takes them to a dark magic shop where Natsu buys a fire blade and Wendy buys a little wing container due to their magic elements. Natsu then tells edolas Lucy about Earthland Lucy and she starts laughing. As the guards catch them, they use edolas magic, which is basically not good at all. As soon as they're about to be captured, Lucy summons Scorpio. I think. It was either Scorpio or Taurus, I don't know. And they find out that Lucy is able to use her celestial spirit magic. They are surprised by this and think Lucy is basically their only hope. At a bar, I don't know if this happened later or earlier, I haven't seen that thing in a long time. We see a reporter trying to gain intel on basically magic being used. And then we see Gagio run into the reporter, which is basically the edolas version of Gagio. As they see a ship there, they are trying to wonder how they could get in, and if they do get in, Natsu has to do with motion sickness. Before they go in, Lucy decides to summon Loki, or Taurus. I don't know, I haven't seen that thing in a long time. But instead, Virgo appears. Lucy gets mad and says that, oh, brother is busy at the time right now, which means that they cannot use Loki at this moment. A car comes in and tells them to get in. Later on, it's revealed to be edolas Natsu who is driving. Earlier, I keep on skipping major parts because I'm trying to keep a time limit here and I have stuff to do after this, so yeah. Earlier, before the Fairytail Guild teleported, we meet edolas Urza instead of Urza Scarlet. It is known as Urza Nightwalker, aka the Fairy Hunter. Natsu then explains why he came to pick them up because Lucy told him to, and told him the destination that they want to go to, which is the Royal Palace of Edolas. As Natsu drops them off, he goes back to the Fairytail Guild. After that, as they get in, they start to, walk around. She buys a book on Edolas and all of its history as they stay at an inn. She reads the book saying how there is one race that all people fear, which is known as... Oh my god, you have got to be kidding me. I actually forgot the name. This may take a while. I had to pause this video so that I could think. It didn't take that long. It only took like 5 seconds of me hitting myself. There was a race known as the Exes, which everyone fears, aka the only race with magic in that world. There is the gigantic lacrima in the middle of the city, which contains Fairytail members. As Natsu wants to get it, Lucy holds him back to make sure that Natsu doesn't do something stupid like he always does, which I find hilarious. That was a weird voice. I'm not even gonna explain. Carla leads him into an underground tunnel that she remembers from her memory. As they do this, they get captured by the royal guards of Edolas. Natsu, Lucy, and Wendy are brought to the castle to be executed. Early on, we meet new servants, Biro, Sugar Boy, Hughes, or Hugges, whatever, the king of Edolas, Faust, I think that's his name, and last but not least, Coco, who just runs around, which I find funny. As they would be executed, Hugges explains to Natsu and Wendy what their job, what they were, that they were Exes, and that they are the most dominant race. As Lucy, Happy, and Carla walk around, they meet with Nichia, an endless version of Ichia from Blue Pegasus and Cernavi, which has a problem, which she just does. As they walk around, they see Edolas' kingdom of cats, the Exes. You see how the Exes lives as like all normal cats, and that the queen has summoned Happy and Carla. As they are going there, Carla then remembers her mission that she was brought to Earthland. Her mission was to eliminate the Dragon Slayer, Wendy. Natsu, Happy then finds out his mission was to eliminate Natsu. So Nabi then explains what happened. Years ago, they were brought to Earthland, which all of them were implanted with the mission, was to eliminate the Dragon Slayers, since they were basically the most powerful beings on Earthland at that time. But But the king had another idea, or the queen, I don't know. They realized that they are the most dangerous, but also they had the most power equivalent to any other wizards. So their mission was to bring the Dragon Slayers to Edolas to take their magic and have magic power for as long as they have. Natsu happy runs out and then stumbles upon two other cats. A blue female cat and a white male cat. They live in a little house. As Happy helps the male cat with yard work, the mother talks to Carla a lot. Back at the kingdom, Edolas Gagio is basically helping Gagio to get the lacrima. He's asking the guards which side of the lacrima have the least amount of guards. His first attempt doesn't go very well, which he does not give Gagio a signal to say, "Oh, this part has it." As his second attempt, he gets a sign and says, "Okay, I got it." Lucy and Wendy are basically being drained of magic by Byro which their magic is going to some key. Man, this is a long review. How long is this thing going? As they're doing that, their magic is completely drained and they got a key. Gagio then smacks the lacrima with Edolas Gagio putting the signs north. Oh my god. As you do that, Lucy is being escorted to someplace else, be executed. But halfway there, we see two familiar faces, Urza and Gray. Gray then explains what happened. Gagio smacks the lacrima and gives them X-balls that allows them to use their magic, because Gagio then explains what happened, that Edolas does not have magic, but if you use these, you're able to use your magic. Also, earlier it explains how Lucy escaped with the help of Horologium. He frees Lucy, and Urza fights Urza. They go to find Natsu and Wendy and break free. Gives them X-balls. Natsu just runs out as Lucy's waking up hugging Carla. Natsu runs back scared that there are two Urzas finally. And they try to fight the kingdom. Basically trying to find the lacrima, which Gagio is just in the city beating everyone up. Happy goes to find Gagio and take him up to the lacrima. As they go there, before Gagio could defeat it, or break it, Panther Lily, one of the main people of the Edolas Kingdom, fight Gagio. As they go there, Urza is basically captured by Gray. Lucy, Natsu, and Gray fight Byro, Sugar Boy, and Hugis as Coco runs away with the key that was supposed to be given to Faust, but she's running in pain. Lucy helps Natsu start off with Hugis until Hugis basically puts them in the monster school and changes their outfits. As Lucy runs, she runs into Coco with the magic key. Lucy fights Byro as everything seems to be okay. Byro transforms into a giant octopus. As Natsu's finding Hugis, he wins with overwhelming power, and Byro falls down on top of Hugis. Now it's just Sugar Boy and Gray. Gray is somehow able to win with ice. I'm trying to finish this up as fast as I can. And breaks the key. Urza comes back, captures Natsu and Gray and Lucy. Gray makes the ice key for the Dorma Atom, or SED. I don't even know. ETD, and use it. Turns out it's the fakers, and everything goes downhill. Lucy, gosh, and Pantalilla keep on fighting as the blade breaks. They just go like punching, and then we see what, as the kingdom falls, we basically see Urza still fighting Urza. Fairytail comes to help, but now here comes the big battle. Faust's Dorma Atom. It does not receive any damage from any type of magic, even when Mystican uses deflection magic to hit it. Turns out it only receives damage from one type of magic, Dragon Slayer magic, which Natsu, Gashio, and Wendy have. As they start the fight, they begin to lose power, as Faust launches 2 more missiles that just give off flames, and of course Gashio eats the tail, part of it. After that, it goes to a second form, which is basically sucking out more magic power. As they're doing this, it keeps on going until it unleashes, I think, its third form. The queen later explains why they brought him there. She knew edolas was gonna fall. She knew that this was gonna happen to the kingdom. That's why she sent all those eggs down there to get magic or to save them. Natsu then defeated with the help of Gajil and Wendy. edolas falls. And then Natsu acts like a sticking demon. One part that I like is like how Wendy tries to scare someone, but then Gajio just appears behind her more menacing and scares the kid. Natsu then fights Mystican, representing the 3 rules of Fairytail. Never talk to anyone about Fairytail. If you have any intel, do not speak of Fairytail, and live every day like it's the rest of your life. As that happens, they are sucked back into Earthland, and they come back. Also, all the other Xyzs, since their kingdom is destroyed. They have a quest to find all the eggs that were sent to Earthland. Basically, all the children. As they go there, Panther Lily is also went back with Gajio after he betrayed to stop the Lacrima from crashing into edolas. Lizana also returns, basically saying her background, that she did not die, that Anima was there that transported her, but the edolas Lizana did die. She explains her life there and everything. They all go back to the guild, everyone's having a party. Lizana then explains the edolas Natsu how he's such a crybaby, and before they go, they all do this. Like Surnabe. The 2 cats that Happy stayed with turn out to be Happy's own parents, and that the queen of edolas was in fact Carla's mother. So basically she has vision just like Carla. Makarov then asks what was his edolas form. Natsu then recalls it as being the King Faust of edolas. Which was basically, Makarov's counterpart. Gildars doesn't have one, or I think he does, but we don't see it. Fairytail helps and everything. 2 more episodes in, Jalal is dubbed as the new king of edolas. He tells Faust that he is executed from the palace. He can no longer come in to the palace no matter what. Urza, Sugar Boy, Hugis, Byro, they were all given the same. They are allowed to stay in the palace, but they cannot leave unless they are authorized or given permission to. And that explains the whole edolas arc. 9.5 out of 10. I just loved the music. I loved how we get to meet Carla's background. We meet the counterparts. We see how this builds up. We see their past and why they were brought here and how they handle it up there. I guess that's it. I was being rushed at the end. I have to go do something right now, so I guess that's it. If you liked the video, hit a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and if you want to be notified about my updates, hit the bell. Any other animes that you want me to watch, please put that in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to do so. And I guess that's it. See you all later. Bye.